John FitzGerald's poetry came to prominence when he won the Patrick Kavanagh Prize in Listowel in 2014. He has a new collection, The Time Being, which is due to be published by Gallery Press later this year.
Hello, my name is John FitzGerald. I'm a poet, and it's my pleasure and indeed honour to read for the Cork Arts Theatre. The first poem I'd like to read, of a number of poems actually, which appreciates the time of year that we're in at present, which is early spring, is called Etude. Etude. All day the hiss, the press, the yes of sycamores in first fresh leaf, as if welcoming themselves, as if melting the wind passing through them. And, now that I listen, the ongoing arachnid whine of harvesters laying down swathes somewhere around Kilbarry, a first cut dry for the blade at last. Just there, the score of a car along Beamish's line. And, like heartbeat or breath, always in the inner ear, the songbirds chiming and half-rhyming their memes and old motifs and oblique herewiths and what-nots and what's more besides. This poem also features birds, and it's also set in spring. It's called Spring Thrushes. Spring Thrushes. Where they winter, we can't be sure. There is the science, but that's no answer. And how do they know just when to come onto the lawn from the kitchen wood? So perfectly pointed and preened, sprung just right for flicking away leaves and drilling under. Locking stock still every half minute, beak strings wriggling. Another hop, skip forward, a pause. Their day has come and they're having all of it. This is a poem called Seeing Clear, and it's based on the experience that I've had of coming back to live in the place that we are here now, that I am here now, that you're here now with me in. It's called Carrickdarrary, and it is the old family home, and it describes a realisation, I suppose, of the cycle restarting of me rearing my children here in the place where I grew up. Seeing Clear. This sunny spring morning, the full throttle of a passing tractor will draw one of them running out to stare down at the gap between the piers, wait for the flash revelation, whose tractor it is and what they're up to on a Sunday. And, sure enough, I see him standing on the mown lawn in his favourite white-hooped jumper, hand raised to shade his eyes, brown curls catching at the tips a glint of auburn from the sunlight. He turns and waves to me, and I wonder if my real purpose in returning here has been to make good the past, ensure that someone gets it right this time, so that, even if only for an instant, this much can be clear. This is a poem called Heritage. Again, it's based on the place that I am here, which is my home in County Cork. Heritage. The slate that lay on the lawn all winter sank slowly under clover, silverweed, plantain, the wet grass fringing it unevenly. I hoped no one would step there to relish the dull, flat snap, and its collapse into 2 or 3 splints, no longer clean slate, but resigned for reuse on the path, far from the snug slot it once slid to, fixed to the rafters of the loft, now gone, like the men who built and kept it stocked, the oats they spilled from the hefted sacks, the invisible grain-rustling rats, the mill that winnowed my life into this existence. Here's a poem about another bird, this time the tree creeper. The tree creeper is, as it says, a bird that climbs trees and finds food in them. Tree creeper. Now is time for prizing, when cold finally eases and bare limbs grow limber in the viable air that incubates titbits for the fits and starts of grey-brown. By chance we see scale and swivel the sycamores intrepidly. Out of sight now, on the far side, as if to hide an unlikely white chest, as if knowing that we too will flit to the next distraction.